Everyone thinks you need a whole field to grow a potato. But today, I'm about to show you how to grow a whole harvest in a single bucket. This is one of the cheapest and easiest homestead hacks out there. If you got a bucket, some dirt, and a potato that's already starting to sprout in your fridge, well then you can do this too. So, let's build our potato bucket factory. All right, real quick, let me just show you exactly what we're gonna be using in today's video. Nothing fancy. You don't need any store-bought potato seeds or anything like that. Unless you want to, of course, totally up to you. But generally, if it's sprouting, it's ready. Again, like I said, all you need, a bucket. We got a whole bunch of compost right here that we'll be using, some dirt. Optional, you can use straw. We got a lot of it. Definitely will be utilizing it. And then you'll need yourself a little drill and a drill bit, because we're gonna be drilling some holes in here for drainage, because potatoes, they don't like too much soggy soil. So you wanna make sure there's good drainage in the bucket for any moisture and water to get out. Now, I will say, if your potato is like mine, and it's got a little bit of sprouts, there's a couple of things that we're gonna wanna do before we actually plant this. So I'm still gonna do a demo today, how we're gonna plant this in the bucket, how we're gonna set it all up. But generally what you're gonna wanna do, if it's just starting with the eyes and the sprouts, go throw it in some direct sunlight for about 4 to 7 days. And once the eyes and the sprouts are about ½ an inch to an inch long, that's generally when you're ready to go and put this in some dirt. So with all that said, let's get our bucket set up, and then I'll show you exactly how we're gonna plant this thing. Okay, so the first step, drainage. Remember, like I said, potatoes do not like soggy soil. So what we wanna do, we want to drill a whole bunch of holes all along the bottom of the bucket here. And then a little up higher on the side of the bucket, we want to drill about 6 to 8 more holes, just to ensure enough proper drainage in this bucket for our potatoes. So let's take our drill, let's drill our holes into our bucket. All right, so we got our holes. They don't need to be crazy big or anything like that. Just ensure you have enough holes for good enough drainage. This is plenty. We got plenty of holes for water to drain out, all that good stuff. We even went ahead and put a couple on the very bottom just so it could go straight out. Maybe we'll elevate this a little bit. Now we can start putting our soil in. Let me show you exactly how we're gonna put our soil into this bucket and plant our potato. Yo, just take a look at that, man. That's the bottom of my compost right there. Beautiful dirt. All right, we got our soil in the bucket. Nice base soil here in the bucket. You want to start with about 3 to 4 inches of a soil base in the bucket. Remember, potatoes, they need room to grow up, not down. Now you're ready to plant your potato. This little dude, this guy's your seed. If you only have one potato, no problem. One potato works perfectly for this little trick, and you can grow pounds of potatoes with this one little trick. What we're gonna do, we're gonna cut this in half, sort of at a little diagonal cut. And you wanna ensure that it's got sprouts or eyes on each side of each half. So we're just gonna take it, cut it right down the middle, just like that. This potato does have eyes and sprouts starting on this half, and it's definitely got some eyes and sprouts starting on this half. Now what you wanna do before you plant, take each half and let it dry for about 10 minutes. That way the cuts get sealed and it doesn't rot. After you've had your cut pieces dry out for a couple minutes, we're ready to go ahead, put them in the bucket. So literally all you wanna do is just toss them into the bucket like that. You wanna grab yourself some more soil, cover them up. You don't have to go crazy, just enough so that they're covered and hidden. You don't have to overthink this. That is perfect. They're covered, they're hidden, we can't see them anymore, and now they're ready to start growing up. And now the trick here is, we like to call this the hilling method. As a plant grows up, you keep adding more and more soil over time. Potatoes, they grow along the buried stem. So the more you bury, the more potatoes that you get is a general rule of thumb with this kind of method here. And then what you can do is add some straw over the top as a nice blanket barrier and keep just enough moisture in for these babies to grow nice and big. And honestly, that's pretty much all there is to it. All that's left to do now, give it a little bit of water, some TLC. Remember, don't drown it. A light, consistent water will do the job just fine. A rule of thumb, real quick, to tell if you need to add water or not, if you stick your finger in the dirt, you pull it up, and there's still some soil stuck to your finger, you're fine. It's still moist, don't need to add water. If you stick your finger in, you come out with nothing on it, then you're dry, add some water. Let's go ahead, give this baby just a little bit of water, make her nice and happy. Boom, perfect. Remember, like I said, not too much. Now that we're all planted, we got some water, how do you tell when these are ready to harvest? Once the plant starts getting some flowers, keep going. It's not ready yet. It's when the flowers in the plant start to die back, that's the sign that you know you're ready to harvest. Generally, the average is about 90 to 100 days. So a couple months. It's gonna take a couple of months for these bad boys to grow. But the cool thing is you don't need a whole bunch of space to do this. And that's what I tell everybody. If you wanna get into this lifestyle, just start. And this is a perfect way to start your journey. And that right there is what homesteading is all about. Not needing any fancy big raised garden beds, no fancy gear, no big fancy budgets. Just a 5-gallon bucket and 1 potato. Just using what you got to grow food for you and your family. So start small, my friend, but start today. This lifestyle, it changes you. And it can start with just 1 little bucket. So if this video helped you in any way or inspired you to finally take that step to the life that you've been dreaming of, I'm gonna hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, where we show people out there take their freedom back 1 little project at a time. We're just getting started, my friend. Thank you all for tuning into the channel. Thank you all for watching another video here at Mundo's Homestead Adventures. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.